Hey guys, I'm super excited to show you this one. Customer sent me this design. I just made it look like the picture she sent me. We changed the colors up a little bit because that's what she wanted. But this thing is amazing. So this is a 6x8 walk-in. We've got standard shed windows on the outside with basket hangers. The original design had flower boxes under the windows. I didn't want to do that, especially with white. I was just thinking you come water your flowers, the dirt and stuff runs down the wall, stains this white. It looks awful. So we went with basket hangers. There'll be some pictures after it gets delivered. She got baskets to go on here. I think it's gonna look really awesome. I'm really excited about it. So these shed windows, they're not installed like your typical shed windows. If you notice, here's the tabs to open and close them. These are actually turned around backwards and upside down, so you get outside access to open these. And I left the screens in them. The screens are in, and on the inside is 16 gauge hardware cloth, so even if they tear the screen out, there's nothing coming through these windows and you don't have to walk in to open them. Super awesome. This is white. I don't remember. Oh, this is snowbound white. I had another job, she specifically asked for snowbound white, so I just bought extra. Typically people don't tell me what kind of white they want, they just say white. And this stain is Early American from Minwax. These shutters are actually made out of a single piece of wood. The split in them is just a shallow split to make them look like two pieces of wood. Then we have the front door. This is the first time that I've done this style of a door. For this build, I thought it was going to work really well, and I'm glad I did it. Because of the roof line, I went with a diamond-shaped gable vent. It looked better. We tried a square, we tried a rectangle. Neither one of them looked good. The diamond, I think, looks good. We do have a rectangle on the back because we don't have to deal with the door, and it actually looks better back there, even though they don't match. We've got the same window up here with the basket hangers. This is one of those solar lights I told you guys about at Menards. I think I still got about 10 of them. Let's take a look inside. Hey, have you guys ever seen a spiral staircase in a chicken coop? Well, it's not exactly a spiral staircase, but it's kind of close. We've got, if you can see, we've got two different roost bars at different directions. And this customer told me she has about 12 standard laying hens and, I don't know, 6 or 8 bantams and a couple silkies. So I built silky boxes to go on the floor because the nesting boxes over there were already built when she told me she had silkies. And I said, well, let me build you a couple silky boxes because silkies don't want to go in there. Silkies don't really like to jump much. Most of the other bantams do, and they probably will get in these, but silkies tend to stay on the floor. So these are not hard mounted or anything. They're just sitting here on the floor, kind of holding in the litter board. We'll take a step in. Now this roost bar, there's 2 more roost bars here. These are 6 foot apiece. You do have to duck to go under them, but you don't have to get on the ground and crawl. I did smack my head on them a couple times while putting in the other roost bars, but so that is something to look out for. But you still have access. You can get in here with a rake and get it cleaned out. There is no chicken exit. The chicken exit is going to go somewhere in that back wall. She already has an existing run. When you guys have an existing run, I typically wait to cut it. I don't want any extra holes in your run or any extra holes in the building. So it's better just to wait. It takes me like 10 minutes on site to install. Not a big deal. So we'll just wait until we're there and get it done. Here's a 16 gauge hardware cloth on these windows. They're stapled in all the way around with the construction stapler. I put in a little perch for the nesting boxes, hoping that would encourage more of the bantams to lay in these boxes so the door didn't have to be opened. She'll have to let me know how that works. We'll back out, and I will take you around to the outside of the nesting boxes. So this is kind of cool. I got to use some very high-end product on this one. Didn't cost her anymore. I had it here. It made sense with the build. Typically I buy like some ridiculously high-end stuff on a discount. I keep it around until I find a use for it, just because it makes a better coop at the end of the day, and it doesn't really cost me or you any more money. This is, they call it fascia board. It's used for composite decking. So this is 1/2 inch composite. This is plastic. It'll never shrink. It'll never rot. I don't think it discolors at all in the sun, and it closely matched her roof. That's why I used it. This stuff for a 12-foot board, 12 feet wide, is about $120. I did not pay anywhere close to that, but if for some reason this is what you want and I don't have it, just know that is the full price of it. If that's something you want to add, just very, very expensive. Inside here, that stuff actually fit perfectly in the nesting box, and I did not have to cut it. So we have a composite lined floor in here. This is all plastic. The nesting box dividers are the same stuff. I did have to rip them a little bit at the bottom to get them to fit into the brackets. Let's move. This is the frame for the auto door, which is not installed yet. These are very tight, but removable. When I do a 6 wide, 6 nesting boxes wide, I typically do 2 doors. Just because if you drop the door from this side and you've got an ornery hen down there and you don't want her out, you're 6 feet away from her to stop her from doing that. So I like breaking the doors into 2. And these are really nice and tight. I might adjust them out just a little bit after delivery because they might move a little bit. But here's the other ones. Well, this one's not... There is the other ones. I probably need to get the rest of my tools out before I load this. Nurse tank. What are you doing? All right, now we'll take a look at the back. The back is kind of plain, but it's getting butted up against a run. So there's no real reason. I couldn't add any windows here, or they would have had to been open from the inside. They would have interfered with the run. So the back wall is basically plain, except we've got that bigger rectangle gable vent back here to allow the heat to escape in the winter. This should be fairly easy to cover. I would probably cover the back one in the winter if on the really cold days. I don't suggest covering both of them up just so moisture escapes. And then we'll walk back around, and then we're back at this side. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this one. This build was a lot of fun. I'm excited to get pictures of it with the hanging baskets on here. This design, she sent it, and I don't know, it looked a little different. I think the way I did this kind of gave it a little bit different feel than the picture that she sent me. I really like this. This is, it came out better than I expected. I can't really believe I did it. I'm excited to do another one. I'm sure I'm going to get a message. How much was that? Can you build me one? So there might be a couple more of these. We'll see. So, but thank you guys.